So our words this morning, with beginning with authentic actions of kindness. And aware of the voices, the choices, the thoughts that are negatively charged. As those are not the ones I want to harvest. Those are not the ones I want to bring in, to focus on, to look for. Allowing those thoughts, those charges, those feelings at someone else. Release them so they are out of my way.
And the same goes with other people's thought. I, I had this conversation this morning with my neighbor. We were talking about our kids, and I told him that I'm very close to my kids, and we have a good communication, and we have a strong bond, and that I'm committed to be the best father I can be, and and that I know that they would come back one day, and but the neighbor says no, 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 no. They one day they will, they will go away. They will never look back and all that. And no, uh, he's allowed to think that, but I'm convinced that the bond that I got with my kids, that I'm do whatever I can to get it stronger. And, but he was just trying to put a word in my mouth. Said no, 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 no. The kids nowadays they don't come visit you, and they because they have two kids that are busy with their own thing. And
if we give them our attention, we give them a reason to come back. It depends on what we do, how we act. If we give them a good enough reason to come home and enjoy being home with our parents, or if it was just something they needed to get done with so they can get out on their own.
Yeah, but it's funny, he could only see through his own mind.
Even your oldest comes home once in a while.
Yeah, I know, because I've always been there for them. I always put their needs before mine.
Thank you for sharing your word commitment and what that means and where the importance is for you. And we only learn to make it stronger when we put attention on it and when we fall out of harmony with it. Or it needs to move forward. And we then have a moment of learning, breakdown, chaos, irritation, frustration, so that we can see, we can bring attention to what we need to work on. Authentic acts of kindness, releasing those that are not. Thank you, Heinz, for your word, releasing and committing to what we want.
Good evening,
Good
Ellie.
evening, Ellie.
Hey, good evening. How is everybody?
Good. How are you?
Great.
Yeah. Good. I've just got home from work. It's been a busy day, so now I'm sitting with my nice cold beer, chilling.
Mm.
And I thought I'd come and join you guys for half an hour before I head to bed.
Nice.
So glad you are.
That's one long work day you got yourself there.
Sorry?
That's a long work day you have.
Yeah.
What
Yeah,
is it
10
there?
hours.
9 o'clock?
Yeah, 9:30. Yeah, I started at 11 o'clock this morning, so yeah, it's been a long day.
Oh.
Well, we'll bring you in, include you to authentic acts of kindness.
Love that.
And releasing those that aren't, what we don't want. Moving through the wobbles, so that we can learn and strengthen the commitments, which requires the change. So that we can appreciate grateful harvestings. we can experience stronger connections, experience deeper commitments, express authenticity, our authentic kindness, genius, and the harvest of those. Why is releasing so important?
Because the trapped energy causes disease in the body.
Mm.
Mm.
And because it's good for
Yeah.
our souls.
Makes way for the new.
Makes way for the new. That's it.
The new harvesting, harvesting, harvesting. What are we vested into? We harvest. We don't release it. We'll keep playing it.
Mm.
It'll keep coming to the surface saying, oh, release me, face me, aware of me, see the root, the source. Let me go. But that's not how we feel about it. We feel like we have to protect it, hold on to it. Never forget it. That is a way.
until we have enough awareness of it and awareness of the outcome of it.
Most important word is when when you become aware of it.
Mm.
Which means when I become aware of my pattern. When I become aware that I'm holding on to it, when I'm fostering it, I'm not able to let it go. Let it go, which lets it dissipate, which creates space for new, space for something different, a new experience, which is all that this pattern is wanting.
It is like breathing. The exhale is as important as the inhale.
Oh, yeah. We need them both, right?
Mm-hmm.
Neither one is better or worse. Neither one is right or wrong. And in the sequence, go ahead, sorry. In the inhale and exhale, the only thing that matters is what's next in the sequence. That's what's important.
Mm.
Because if you inhale and you continue to hold on to the inhale, you die. And if you just hold on to the exhale, not giving room for the inhale, holding on to the exhale, you die. You know, literally, we can't do that. Our system won't allow us to do something that is such an easy pattern for us.
With that, I was thinking about how interesting it is in terms of how fragile our lives are, and yet our bodies won't allow us to die.
I'm hugging you right now, Alison.
Thank you. I can feel it. My aunt was a farmer's wife, and she said to me once, where there is life, there is hope. And when she said, or when she spoke to that, she was in hospital after having had a stroke and not being able to speak very easily after that. And I realized then that she really did know life's cycles and the strength of the body and the strength of life. Thank you again for my amazing start to the day. I really appreciate it. Have a wonderful day, guys.
Bye, Allison.
Thanks,
Thanks,
Alison.
Allison.
Bye.
Just like our breathing, or inhale and exhale. Can you feel your heart beat? Can you hear your heart beating? When was the last time you put your attention on your heart? To the point that you could hear it. Did your attention drift? Bring it back if it did. So find the heart beating. Notice
yesterday.
where else you can feel it. Yeah. Go ahead, Heinz.
Yesterday when I had that experience with the portal or whatever it was, I could actually feel my heartbeat in my toes.
Yes.
I could feel my whole body.
Amazing the attention you put to be like, oh, I feel it there. What? Oh, that's my heartbeat. That's my blood circulating. Wow.
Sharing information with the whole body.
Mm. Our heartbeat is always there. Our awareness of it is not. What has your focus shifted to? Just aware of it. What does it all come from, gone to, as you focused on the heart and drifted into something else by now? And maybe not. Whatever you drifted into is there for a reason, for something. We get to discover why. We get to harvest why. If we how can we hear what our heart is telling us when we can barely hear the heart beating? That's how silent our mind, our emotions need to be. We call that calm, peace, ease. And silence. How do you hear your heart beat? I want to appreciate the different ways. That time was completely different for me. I could feel it through the chair as it was so big and so small. I could feel it rocking the back of my chair just so slightly. Hmm? And I'm searching for it again. There, I got it. And now it's gone. If we don't mindfully practice awareness, we don't have it. And yet we all do. It's not called awareness, though. It's called unconscious conditioning, unconscious patterning. It's unconsciously, unconsciously unaware. Unconsciously reacting. How are you aware of your heartbeat in this moment?
Morning, Pascal.
Good morning, Heinz. Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, Pascal.
Good morning, Ali.
Good morning,
Good
Pascal.
evening. Morning, Chi.
Good morning, Pascal.
Morning, Jesse.
We were just practicing awareness.
You came just to the right time.
Yeah.
You've been posted it. Yeah.
Let's see what I'm aware of. Oh, it's snowing outside.
We were practicing hearing our heartbeat.
Oh, wow.
That was the awareness we were practicing.
Mm. The degree of
Was it
difficulty right now is a little higher for me because it's windy and I hear my steps, and so to hear my heartbeat is might be easier to feel my heartbeat, right?
That either way, right? To both feel it, sense it, hear it. They're all the same. See it.
Yeah, I was visualizing it.
Yeah. Whatever works for your awareness.
Yeah.
It's the practice. And then the gauge is how long can you stay in it? How long can you hold that awareness? Oh, that tells us how monkey mind we are.
And how you follow your monkey mind.
That one too, awareness of that, which is great. Nothing wrong with it. It's just, oh, why did I go
Yeah.
there?
Yeah. Why did I follow this thought? Eh?
Yeah. What does that mean? Yeah.
Yeah, what's the purpose of that? Because I found
Yeah.
myself doing that, Jesse.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like, why that out of everything? Why was it
Why,
that something?
why is it, Jesse? Enlighten us. Is it because it's the most important thing to us at that time, do you think? Or our most dominant thoughts? Like, why do we hold these in?
I don't know.
And that I don't care. And then you go back to the present moment.
Yeah,
I think there's something, I think it's like the curiosity about it is perfect.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's like it's it's that's the way we communicate with ourselves. We just aren't used to uh, knowing what to do with it. So
yeah.
maybe it's all different for everyone. I can say we normally dismiss it. as unimportant. Randomness, chaos. Oh, I've got more important things to do than that.
Than being like aware of my breath or my heart.
And both of those that we were aware of this morning. How ironic is that?
It's crazy, eh? Yeah, same thing. Like, I left the house and I was like, oh, I gotta call this guy and I gotta do this morning. And I'm like, no, I don't. I'm going for a walk right now. I don't need to think about that.
It was probably too early to call him anyway, wasn't
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
But I gotta do it.
And
Just
like,
not right now.
yeah, and then I could take the action of like, oh, I could write the person down so I don't forget. Or I'm just gonna be present right now, and when it's the right time to call him, it'll pop in my mind.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, Pascal, you can't do that.
Yeah, you won't remember. Watch me.
Silly. Yep. I won't forget. There's our commitment. Chi. Spinning it around.
Sorry. Yeah. I'm driving and the sound is coming on and off, and I didn't hear what you said.
Yeah, no, we're just attention, awareness to your word, honoring your word.
Mm. Being aware of your driving.
Yeah. There's snow everywhere and a lot of traffic. And
Oh, yeah.
Oh, you guys too? You got snow?
yeah,
Mm.
we have some yesterday and today, so a
Oh
lot
yeah.
of snow everywhere.
Summertime for Allie, isn't it, Allie?
Yeah, it's the opposite, isn't it? Oh, they don't get much snow. They don't get any snow. Not sure why, they?
Yeah, summer's just started here in Oz. Man, it's been a long time coming.
I know you
Been a
love the
long
summer.
winter.
Rub it in, Allie. Rub it in.
Yous have got snow. I've not seen snow for like 18 years. Give me peace.
I'll send some your way
Yeah.
so you're aware of it.
I just close my eyes and I can picture it. You're all right.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a better thing to do than shovel it out.
So why do we say those two experiences are different?
Mm.
What do I mean by that is the experience of closing my eyes. If we've been in snow before, we can close our eyes and go back to that moment we were there. How is that
How do we?
different? Go ahead. Please, Allie.
I was wondering that earlier. That came up for me earlier when we were talking, and I was thinking, why do we have these memories that we've got to hold on to so tightly because they mean, and like at the time I was thinking about negative ones.
Yep.
You know, why do we hold on to them? And this time I'm thinking positive ones. Why do we hold on to them? You know, same thing. And I'm still like, I don't know, lying dormant somewhere out there until we think about them, and then we search for them, and then there they are. And we can even get so emotional about them, and it's crazy.
And I can even imagine things I haven't done.
And how exciting they'd be. I love that.
Isn't that an experience?
Yeah.
Isn't that experiencing it? So the only difference is I don't see it out here.
Yeah. And I guess that's where the 5-step recode comes in. You know, when you're actually focusing on what it is that you want to create. And there it is in your mind.
That's the
Defining
two of
it.
them have to be in harmony.
Mm-hmm.
It's structure. It's also not a recode, it's a structure.
Yeah, okay. Totally.
Morning. It's the two of them, right? The one is we close our eyes and imagine it. We either go backwards from a memory we have, or we go forward and create a future memory. And then we look for that future memory out in the reality. And then we can say, oh, it's then real. That is creation. Oh, there it is. Yeah, creation. Oh, how does that feel? It's done. Time for another one.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yes,
That's it.
yes, next. Or that didn't work. Yes, next. Or get all wrapped up in failure, success.
Yeah.
I'm not good enough. I can't do it. Why me? Blah, 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 blah. What do I want? Where am I? And sometimes we have to ask, why can't I have it? And the recode is a great tool to get out of that.
But it's the structure.
It's all the structure.
Structure.
The structure reveals the resistance. That's what a recode is for, is resistance, when all you want to be is in flow.
Yeah.
So if we look for flow, wouldn't we always be in flow?
I hope so.
If we are aware of flow, would we be in flow?
Yeah, for sure.
Because if we're in
Because we get to
resistance,
choose.
that's right. That's right. We get to choose. We're conditioned to be stuck in our resistance.
Yeah.
Which is why we don't get it. Which of course is frustrating because we just don't know how to do it.
Yeah.
Unresolvable loop.
Yeah.
Until you do a recode. Then you're in an unresolvable loop again until you do another recode. Without the structure. Well, and even when you get the structure, you're still in an unresolvable loop because of our patterns in our past. For how long? I don't know. Probably forever. How else would we learn? Probably until the point that the charges aren't there. I don't know if anything would be important to them.
Yeah, and the recode is still they say you're not broken. Yeah, sure, but like you're still fixing yourself, right? But like for me, like the difference with the recode and then like going to say like a psychologist and tell everything that's wrong with you is like, so imagine a forest, then you're only cutting the trees for the path that you're going on. You're not cutting the whole forest. That's how I see it, like with recode, until like you find a new path that you want to go.
Hmm. Yeah, I can understand the metaphor. There's a, I don't know, I'll speak to it as it's there in my experience. I think we tend to want to get rid of them. I think the all intensity, the whole purpose is to bring them together, which is releasing the charge. We release the charge, then they can merge both the positive and the negative, just like of a memory. And that is part of the letting go. Recode works because it uses structure. The therapist works because you bring awareness to it. Now, to different intensities and different frequencies and different results. We call that effectiveness.
Yeah, you make the event alive again. You're putting energy towards it.
That's right. And if we're not releasing the energy, which we do when we put awareness on it, but I worked with a group earlier that would, in a way, they ignored the emotion of it and just focused on, well, just change the story. So the words, right? Just reframe the words. Don't worry about the emotion. The emotion doesn't matter. I mean, what I mean by that is I didn't say that specifically, but they never addressed the emotion of it. You'd never let the emotion come up because society says you don't ever address your emotions.
Mm. And
that was an older generation. That was what the generation above me did, you know?
Yeah, push it down. Push it down.
Yep. Just overcome it.
Push it down. And it's not like about, like the old generation, it's like, they don't belong to you. And they got this part right, I feel like. They don't belong to you. So they're trying to leave, but you're not just ignoring them, like you're really like pumping them down. but it's like a balloon that wants to leave. But now, like, the new age is like, oh yeah, it's because of that. Oh, like I'm angry right now because of this. So you're putting weight to that balloon and then you bring it back to yourself.
Yep.
Instead, then just like be present with it and just let it go. And just, be in the air leaving. And until it's high enough that you can't see it, then you won't recycle that emotion. It's gone. Can't see it anymore.
Takes us back to I will release. Releasing the tension.
Oh, and it may come back again. Great.
If you're looking for it.
Even when you're not, like that pattern will show up because look, they're connected to so many different things. It's just not one. There's layers of this that are intertwined and entangled. And it's like we think we release it all. It's like, oh, we released it in that entanglement. Like our core woundings, right, are entangled in everything.
Yeah, because we still attach it to an event that happened in the past.
Or similar events, right, to similar events.
Yeah.
In all different ways, because none of the events that happened the exact same way, nor did our reaction do the same way, because we had always had new information we were building on. And that was my issue with just changing the story, was at what point do we create stories? What age? What age do we create stories? What age do we start creating stories? I think the only time we can start putting words together that have a meaning. I don't know how else I could put words together. I don't know how else I could make a story have a meaning. And so then I'd have to say, well, then what was present before the stories? Huh? That had to be emotions, like emotional, because babies, right? They cry right out of the womb. Huh? Do they have a story for that? Maybe not till later. And so when did you start hearing your heartbeat? When did you hear your mother's heartbeat? You didn't know it was a heartbeat, but it was always there. Hmm, interesting. And you could attach it to the three minds, right? The three brains, the three processing centers.
Morning. Thank you for clearing our sidewalk.
I like to work with the one that's been there the longest. But my stories still get in the way. My emotions. are always present. It's just, are they the ones I want? If they aren't, what not? What's it telling me?
Yeah, I'd like to work with my behavior because it's way downstream and it's where they've been there the longest.
Yep.
Because my thoughts just pop up. But behavior, like we all know our behavior. I mean, you know,
I don't think we do.
well, some of it anyway. Like,
Right,
I think
right.
we're unconscious of our behavior, yes.
Yes.
But some of it, like, I'm like, oh my God, I keep doing this.
Yep.
That.
Yep.
And it's like, to find the core where it started. And sometimes it's hard. Maybe it's a past life, maybe it's whatever, right?
Yep.
But if you get to a point that, like, oh, it doesn't belong to me, why I'm still holding on to it?
Yep.
You know? It must have a
And
purpose, otherwise, like, I wouldn't be holding on to it.
that's right. Oh, it sure does. And when we think we find the purpose, yeah, we'll do our work to that until it reveals, like, oh, we didn't go deep enough. Yeah, we got to go deeper
Yeah.
again.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
yet there's so many expectations that you need to change your behavior, and all of a sudden that's instantly. Sometimes, but it took practice, right? It took time, and nobody knows how many times it takes.
Yeah.
I just know it only takes me one. So if it takes you more than one, then you're just not very good. That's how people judging do it.
Right. Yeah.
That's how people who are expecting you to change a behavior expect you to do it because they can. Because it's not
Yeah.
their behavior. It's not their
Yeah.
problem. Why can't you overcome it? It's easy for me. It's not
Yeah.
a
They're
problem
throwing
for
that,
me.
like, fireball. Yeah.
Yep. Ridiculous. Unaware is really the word. Because like the basics, and we will always be right at a deep, deep level. And even when you say, "Oh, not me," there's moments. Yes, there are moments that are unconsequential where you can say, "Yeah, I'm wrong." But we all fight to be right,
Yeah.
way down deep.
Yeah. But when you can't say that, oh, I was wrong,
Yep.
that's when you grow.
Exactly. Exactly.
But our
Exactly.
ego is like, no, you can't say you're wrong. Come on, like, they're gonna stomp on you,
That's right.
and then you can't live with that feeling afterward.
That's it. So it's the ego mind conditioned to the feeling that it's trying to avoid.
Yeah.
That's just a pattern. See how it's all structured?
Yeah. You know, it's harder to be conscious about things than being unconscious.
Yep, without a doubt. Oh, it takes practice.
Yeah. But after a while, you're like, okay, now you own that you're creating everything, and then like it comes to a point that it becomes easier than being unconscious. But in the beginning, it's like, my God, why I don't go back to sleep, right?
Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah. No kidding, right? Life was life better then?
The ego would say yes.
Yeah, it is, because everything in the past is always better.
Yep, it had the control back then.
Yep.
But we know in our hearts that wasn't better. It
That's
was just
right.
different.
That's right. The heart is saying, it's time for me to express. I need to authentically be me.
Then we have the possibility to become so much more than we ever thought we could be.
We have the potential to be so much more who we are rather than what people have told us we are.
Mm. Yeah, that's a
Totally.
big one. It's huge. Well, because we don't even know who we are,
Yeah, without a doubt.
you know? Like
Yep.
we know a little bit, right? Like we might learn it a bit.
Yep.
But if we know how powerful we are, I think like this stuff that people say about us, it will pass right by us.
Oh, it does when you're not
You
attached
wouldn't
to it.
flinch. You
Yep,
wouldn't
that's right.
flinch.
Well, you do. You thank them for their thinking, for how they see it. You're grateful for their perspective. You honor their energy to it. It doesn't affect me. That's your choice. That's your perspective.
Yeah.
Now, does it line up with what I want? That's the only thing that matters. Does your wants line with my wants? That's what we'll get passionate about. That's what we'll fight for.
And listen to our hearts mean to wow, I forgot it. Stay present,
Hmm.
to be
Yeah,
true to our hearts and
that's right.
true to ourselves.
That's right. Present and neutral.
Mhm.
But notice the charges, because those charges pull you the direction. It's like, oh, it's just the old pattern that's pulling you towards that charge. Oh, yes, present and neutral. That's the ideal state, right? Doesn't mean we can, I mean, that's a practice. That's the most powerful state. The most choices, the most options are available there.
Yeah, I was impressed that you were still being aware of your heartbeat after we talked about.
Well, I'd lost a lot of time in between until it came back. Yeah.
Yeah. Can you be aware of your heartbeat while you're talking?
Hmm.
Can you be aware of your right big toe while you're listening?
If you don't focus on it.
It all's on what you focus. I say you can only focus on one thing at a time.
And focus on everything.
There you go. Or nothing.
Yeah.
So both of those include it. Right?
Mm-hmm.
Become the awareness that you are the one speaking, and you're the big toe, and you're everything.
Yep. Present and neutral. So when we attach to the something, if we attach to the something, that's what gets us, that's what limits it. That's the limiting factor. And you see how often we have to say it is always got to be something. It's that. If I don't give you that, it's not the right answer.
Mm-hmm.
Because if you answered, well, it's everything, well, yeah, you're not going to pass. And it's nothing. Oh, definitely wrong.
That's a big fail.
Yeah. What's 2 + 2? Nothing. Oh, everything. Oh. In all reality, those are the truest answers, unless you're going to be focused and limited to tell me what the answer is of math. Because 2 + 2 could mean anything.
Yeah, and I watched a video and he says like multiplication. I don't know if I get it right, but they're saying that 2 multiplied by 1 is a multiplication. It is not, because you don't multiply anything.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Why they call it multiplication, right? Like 2 multiplied by 2, yeah. But
Multiplies.
anything, any number multiplied by 1, you're not multiplying it.
Well, see, math, you have to make the patterns work.
Yeah.
Well, the same thing goes for 0, right?
But I mean, yeah, it's like
Divide by 0. Same thing, right? That's why we make up
yeah,
rules. That's why we make up rules, because it doesn't follow the pattern. There's an
yeah,
outlier.
yeah.
There's an outlier that doesn't make sense, so we make a rule for it. That's what happens. Fascinating, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
When you multiply by 1, you can switch them around, and it's 1 multiplied by 2. It has to fit in.
Yeah, there you go. Ooh, there it is. There's our answer. Oh, look at how we were just focused on it one way.
Yeah.
No, we were wrong. I was wrong.
It's the
Thanks for
creative
the
pattern.
added. Yeah, exactly. Thanks for the screwed up way to think about it. Were you straight A's in school?
Yeah.
Not that it matters. That's not the point.
Based on these observations, you should be.
Or shouldn't be. Or shouldn't be. Let's put it shouldn't be, Pascal. You can go both ways, right? See, that's the beauty of our perspectives. They go both ways. We just have to pull in on ours because it's right. Oh, Jesus.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
I don't know how many times I have to tell
Yeah, the more
myself that, but
knowledge that we have. Yeah. The more knowledge we have, like the less rope we're gonna give to someone else.
now when I hear rope, I hear so someone else can hang themselves.
Oh.
So I don't know if that's what you meant.
More like a tug of war. Tug of war.
Tug of war. Tug of war. Okay, good. Tug of war. I like tug of war a little better.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're gonna give them an advantage. Yeah, you bet. I got that one. That makes better sense.
I like the other one better. It only has one outcome.
Yeah. My outcome.
Yep, when they hang themselves, they're done.
Right. Yeah. It's like, oh, I'm gonna give you enough so I can catch you, right? I can catch you. Jeez. I got you. Look, I got you. Ha ha. You're busted. Fuck. Rather than going for what we want. It's just easier to be right.
Yeah. Or is it? Because you have to always like reinforce that belief.
Mm-hmm. No, I say it because what in the population does in general, so it's got to be easier to be right than it is to go for what you want.
Yeah.
Because our patterns are just lazy. They're easy. That's why we do them. That's why you look at them logically, they make no sense at all. But that takes awareness, and awareness is hard, right? Takes effort, and we've evolved from moving to the least effort. That's how we survived. Now, that doesn't mean it was easy. Those are two different things.
Yeah. Yeah, everything we're aware of in the past, we kind of block it, right? Like, oh, I don't have to be aware of like wildlife anymore. I'm just gonna put like a roof over my head and I don't have to worry about that.
Yeah.
Right? Every
Focus
single
on
thing
something.
we find a solution to not be aware.
Yep. Find something.
Meanwhile, our best moment is camping.
Present moment. It's always
Yeah.
the best moment. It is all we've got. It is both the past, right now, and the future. It's something, everything, and nothing.
Mm. Yeah, the fact that you can only think about the past and future in the present moment, it shocked me to the core. Because if we're completely present with it, there's no worry, can't be angry, can't be worried, can't be in fear. If you're in the present moment, completely in the present moment. Maybe I should be a psychologist.
Well, you'd have to get your degree so you can follow the
Sure.
rules.
Yeah, yeah, yeah,
Need 7 years of school to be stupid down.
yeah.
Do it the way everyone else is doing it. That doesn't work. But oh, we can't admit that. Because then what would we have?
Yeah, let's talk about your problem.
Yep.
That's a week first. Second week, oh, did you feel your problem? Second week, oh, I didn't. Let's talk about your problem.
Here's some medication for you.
Yeah, let's dump it down a little bit.
Yeah, this will help. Because I can't do my job, so let me just get paid to provide you a prescription.
So it goes further down your tissue so you don't feel it.
So obviously we don't want to feel or feel
Yeah.
that, which then, oh, doesn't that sound like an unresolvable problem? We just keep feeding? Sounds like that to me.
Yeah. And I'm saying this in general because I recognize this on me. Because, like, there's feeling that comes up and be like, oh, I don't want to sit in there. So I'll reach out for like something good in the fridge, or that's not very good for me, but that makes me feel better for the moment.
Mhm.
I'll go for a cold shower, which is uncomfortable, but like it will make me forget, or it's not going to make me feel what I'm supposed to feel. Make me feel cold instead. Yeah, that's the work. Being present with your emotion. Don't attach any stories to it. and let them leave. Every single time. Because they don't belong to you. Are you cold, Pancho?
Well, all great day. Thank you for your energy, your wisdom, your genius, your greatness, and all your gifts that you are.
Thank you, Jesse.
Thank you
Thanks,
all.
Keith.
It was amazing.
Thank you for your
I enjoyed it that
awareness.
much.
Good night.
Good night.
Good
Good
night.
Bye,
day.
guys.
Next
Have a
You
blessed
time.
day.
all.
Bye. Take care.
Love and hugs.
Love and hugs. Bye.
Bye.